Here we go. The last thing I wanted to do on my summer break was blow up another school. I don't know why I'm surprised by the opening line at this point. Okay, we're starting off strong. Annabeth and Percy are going on a date.
Look at
My kids.
son.
Also, I love that Sally Jackson is in a happy relationship. If Paul Blowfish turns out to be evil, I will dump this book in the trash. No, I won't do that, but I will never get over it.
Ever.
If Sally Jackson has no defenders, I'm dead. Oh, shoot. I feel like I'm supposed to know who this red-haired girl is, because I see her referenced a lot in the fandom. Wait. This is really embarrassing. Cut the camera. Cut the cameras. Cut the Wait, she was at the Hoover Dam. I don't remember. Oh. Okay, she was the girl who could see through the mist. Duh, okay. I have a terrible memory. Formal apology to Rachel Elizabeth Dare for not remembering her. We're off to a great start. We're gonna cut that part in the editing. Annabeth being like, oh, the school's on fire. But Percy, who is this girl you were with? This is supposed to be our date. Okay, Annabeth is talking about how she had a very monster-filled spring in San Francisco. And I am still upset with Annabeth's dad. Like, why does he have to live in San Francisco when he knows it's dangerous for Annabeth? Like, just move, bro. Sell your San Francisco apartment and get a 4-bedroom house in West Virginia. Frederick Chase. Okay, new character. There is this dude called Quintus. And I don't know what to make of him. He's kind of partially giving me like Remus Lupin vibes. But I also... he could secretly be a villain. I don't know. I have trust issues with this story now. Chiron is uneasy. So either that means he is a villain or it's a red herring and he's actually good. I have trust issues. Oh no, the goat cops got Grover. But Tyson is back. Nico is alive and wants to kill Percy. Nico couldn't kill anyone. He's a baby boy.
Solo. Baby boy. Baby.
Really?
Nico's not gonna end up being like an antagonist, right? He's my sweet child, my darling son. He's not gonna kill anyone. Okay, I've said multiple times, I don't know any Greek mythology. I do know about the Labyrinth. There's like a maze, and then there's like a minotaur, and then there's like string. Maybe I don't know the myth. Hang on. Well, never mind, I don't know Greek mythology. Speaking of needing to learn Greek mythology, thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. So after realizing how many references I missed out on when I read Percy Jackson, I actually found a class on Skillshare on world literature taught by teacher and writer Eve Williams that covers Greek mythology. So I got to learn all about Kronos eating his kids and, you know, a lot more than that. And learning all this Greek mythology really made me understand Percy Jackson in a whole new way. Like, it's so crazy how much I didn't know when I was reading the books for the first time. And in case you're wondering what Skillshare is, it's the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry professionals. And what I love is that it has recommendations based on my interests, like a creative writing boot camp taught by a best-selling author and learning to make cosplay armor. They also have learning paths that consist of multiple classes that build on one another, so by the end, you are an expert. The first 500 people to use the link in my description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so get started today. Okay, wait, let's back up. Let's bring it back. This plot is getting very intricate really quick in this book, and I love it, but I'm struggling to follow it. Okay, so there is a maze in Camp Half-Blood. Luke is trying to control the maze so he and the Titans can take down Camp Half-Blood and the Olympians. He'll do that by finding Daedalus. I have no idea how to pronounce that name. They don't want him to find Ariadne's string. I do know that name from Inception. It will make navigating the maze easier. Chris went into the maze and came out not okay. And Clarice is also not okay for reasons I don't know, but considering the last book, it's her right to be not okay. Clarice redemption arc when? Pan might be down in the maze, so Grover needs to find him so he doesn't have to go into tap dancing. I took a tap dancing class once. It was fun. It was certainly more fun than dying, but to each his own, I guess. Tyson is afraid of goats, and everyone thinks Luke is hot. Did I miss anything? Oh! Okay, so Clarice and Chris are a thing. Okay. Reasons known now. Okay, so Annabeth just went and got the prophecy from the oracle, and one of the lines is, the child of Athena's final stand. Hang on. Hang on. I had enough of worrying about Annabeth dying in the last book. No. I can't do this again. I'm fine. This is fine. Quintus seemed so nice, so concerned, and Mrs. O'Leary liked him, which had to count for something. She dropped the slimy shield at my feet and barked excitedly. I felt ashamed that I could ever think about mistrusting Quintus, but then again, I trusted Luke once. Oh, me too, Percy. Me too. I got trust issues too. He's so valid for that. He also has a point. It's hard. Quintus clearly is liked by his dog. And, like, you kind of got to trust that dogs know what's up. So if his dog likes him, I don't know. Wait. What is it? I asked. The prophecy. I'm sure it's fine, she said in a small voice. What was the last line? Then she did something that really surprised me. She blinked back tears and put out her arms. I stepped forward and hugged her. I could read the tiniest print on any book on the shelves. Annabeth's hair smelled like lemon soap. It's my children. And I just love how they're, like, so comfortable with each other now. And they're, like, there for each other. And it's just... I'm fine. Luke is back. He sounds like he's having doubts about stuff. Is this wishful thinking? Or is this me being, like, once again putting my clown shoes on? Am I being normal about this? When you read the books, when you were kids, were you too continually believing that Luke was gonna turn, like, back to the good side? Just when I think this book can't get any more unhinged, Nico is summoning the dead with a McDonald's Happy Meal. 4-piece McNuggets and an army of the dead.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory
army of the dead
and a tasty
creepy ghost bestie.
Okay, what can we talk about poor Nico? He just, like, he's not evil. He's not doing anything evil. He just wants his sister back. Me too, Nico. I'm still not over Bianca's death. It does feel like a lot of stuff is coming together, like all these different characters we've met in different books, like Nico, Luke, Tyson, Rachel, Elizabeth Dare, who I didn't forget about. They're all they're like all the characters are coming together, and like the plot line searching for Pan is all coming together in this book, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. Okay, Hera seems like one of the gods who's actually like kind of nice.
12 seconds later.
Oh, never mind, she's not nice. Okay, wait. Kronos is Percy's grandfather. What in the Once Upon a Time family tree? Okay, so they're trying to get I'm gonna stop trying to pronounce people's names. They're trying to get this Cyclops-esque dude to go with them. And Percy has just challenged him to a game of rock, paper, scissors. Percy, my man, he has 100 hands. It seems like there were perhaps some other games you could have challenged him to. Perhaps tic-tac-toe. Hide and seek. Rather than pulling out a rock, a paper, or a scissors, Bro pulled out a gun. I'm no rock, paper, scissors lawyer, but I don't think that's gonna hold up in rock, paper, scissors court.
Hey, rock, paper, scissors, bro, me and you. Let's go. I win, you come with us.
Percy, shut the f***. He has like 100 hands.
I can count, Annabeth. I just can't spell. Alright, let's go. It's literally impossible for me to lose a game of rock, paper, scissors. Ha ha ha. You see, I've won. What? I'm sorry. What is this? What the f*** is that? It's a gun. Gun beats everything. No, that could not be legal, man. Yeah, but can you afford a lawyer, bro?
It's Nico!
Baby boy.
My small, defenseless son. Okay, updates. Percy is not the soul Nico wanted, and the ghost is Minos. Who is Minos? I need a Greek mythology encyclopedia. Okay, so I'm at the part where Percy makes a deal with, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, to clean the stables in exchange for letting him and his friends go. And he talks to the Naiad and... I don't know how to pronounce anything! Anyway, I just wanted to say that Percy being able to clean the stables and save his friends because of who he is as a person, because he is a good person, that is so important to me. Especially in a book meant for young people, because you can't always fix a situation with your skill. But you can always choose to be good. You can always choose to show goodness regardless, and not because it's going to be repaid to you, but because it's the right thing to do. Bianca, I said. My voice was thick. I felt guilty about her death for a long time, but seeing her in front of me was 5 times as bad, like her death was fresh and new. I remembered searching through the wreckage of the giant bronze warrior she'd sacrificed her life to defeat and not finding any sign of her. You're close to the truth now, Bianca told him. It's not Percy you're mad at, Nico, it's me. You're mad because I left you to become a hunter of Artemis. You're mad because I died and left you alone. You know who else is not over Bianca's death besides Percy? Me! This is so sad. But it's also very cathartic, like we're getting a resolution to these feelings. I think I needed this. Even though it hurts me deep in my soul. I don't care about Kronos, Nico said. I just want my sister back. I gotta calm down so I can keep reading. Okay, so we're at the part where they're talking about how Luke has some sort of special part to play in resurrecting Kronos. And I think he was going to have to sacrifice himself, die in order to bring back Kronos. But at the last minute, he's going to change his mind and he's going to sacrifice himself for something for the good side instead. I'm calling it now. Annabeth arguing with the Sphinx, risking her life to tell the Sphinx that she thinks the test is stupid, is the most Annabeth thing she could possibly do. I love her. She's an icon. She's gonna get everyone killed, but it's gonna be for such iconic reasons. I also love the bigger message here that I think is great for anyone reading these books who was in school, which was probably most of you when you read it, which is that it's more important to learn how to think than to just memorize facts and get good test scores. And I love that Rick was calling out the entire schooling system.
Mark your answer very clearly with your number 2 pencil.
Bro, that is the stupidest question I've ever heard. Ask me a real riddle.
What is the square root of 16?
Stop! Those aren't riddles. Those are just dumb random facts. Annabeth, since you know the answers, maybe just answer the questions and then complain about them later.
Are what's wrong with the entire American education
scores
system.
are the only thing that matter.
I think you're so cool, and I think you're so smart,
going
and
to
I
eat you.
fully
I'm
support you.
going
But
to
you're gonna be
eat
the
you.
reason that we all die,
Are an
bestie.
insult
to my intelligence.
Festus glowered up at us. I didn't make you, did I? Annabeth said, no sir. Good, the god grumbled. Shoddy workmanship. I'm gonna steal that anytime I need an insult for someone I don't like. I'm just gonna look at them and be like, shoddy workmanship. The truth is, my mother likes families, but she likes a certain kind of family. Perfect families. She took one look at me and, well, I don't fit the image, do I? I've already talked about this a lot in previous videos, so I'm not gonna get too much into it, but I just really love the portrayal of good and evil and how everything's not as black and white as it seems, and Hera showing up, and on the surface she seems like this perfect mother who's feeding them and helping them, but underneath she doesn't actually care about them. She only cares about the family's image, which is a very dark theme. Tyson put his hand on Grover's shoulder. I will go with him. I couldn't believe I was hearing this. Tyson, are you sure? The big guy nodded. Goat boy needs help. I love Tyson so much. I love him so much, and I think I said this in my last video, but I thought he was kind of gonna be a one-off character for the second book. I thought we weren't really gonna see him again, and I'm so glad he is still a big part of the story. I love him. So Annabeth was born from thought. I decided some things were better left as mysteries. Same, Percy. Same. Annabeth just kissed Percy. Finally! And she called him seaweed brain right after. I should end this here. I need to recover. You know, no, I'm gonna keep reading. What just happened? What just happened? Percy just went full Moana, just unleashing the call of the sea from inside him. That was so cool. I mean, it wasn't cool because he was dying. That was kind of scary. But the rest was so cool. The last thing I remember before losing consciousness was flying. Flying so high Zeus would never have forgiven me, and then beginning to fall. Smoke and fire and water streaming from me. I was a comet hurling toward the earth. That reads like poetry. Oh my gosh. Calypso. I don't know who Calypso is.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
It's the ice cream truck. Should I go get some ice cream? I might go get some ice cream. But Percy, Calypso said gently, I did support him in the First War. He is my father. What? But the Titans are evil. Are they? All of them? All the time? Tell me, Percy, I have no wish to argue with you, but do you support the gods because they are good or because they are your family? That is such a good conversation. I will scream it from the rooftops. I love the framing of good and evil in this story. It is so well done. Percy, again, constantly stronger than me, because if someone was like, you could live on a private island with servants, a beautiful private island, and never have to work a day in your life again, I'd be like, bye. Oh, everyone on Earth is gonna die? Bye, that's your problem. I'm immortal now. My friends need me. I know how to help them now. I have to get back. I love him. Very Luke Skywalker of him. But someone's gonna go back and save Calypso eventually, right? Like, she's not just gonna be stranded there forever, right? Right? This is the year we lost our dear Kemper, Percy. Quit telling everyone I'm dead. Sometimes I can still hear his voice. I don't know. It might be in the top 5 most iconic things Percy's ever done is show up to his own funeral. Aha, I checked the vibes right on Quintus. He is a spy for Luke. I cannot be fooled any longer. Fool me once, Luke. You cannot fool me twice. Sally Jackson. And Paul continuing to be a good person. Yes. I really love the involvement of Percy's mother in the story. I think sometimes it's very hard to include parents in sort of hero's journey stories like these. I was watching behind the scenes of the making of Aladdin. This is going somewhere, trust me. And they were talking about how Aladdin's mother was originally a character in the story, but it became so hard to include her as a character because anytime Aladdin was going to do something that was stupid or wrong, it didn't make sense because his mother could just be there to be like, hey, this is a bad idea. That's wrong. You shouldn't do that. No, that's dumb. You're going to get in trouble. So they had to cut her out of the story so Aladdin could kind of find his own way without having that parental guidance. And that's why I think so many of these hero's journey stories have heroes who are orphans, because you either have to have them have no parents or have them have bad parents in order for them to go on that journey. But Percy Jackson, I think, did something really impressive by including not just a mother, but a good mother into the story and not having it affect Percy's journey, his personal journey he goes on, but still having her be there and be present and be a good mom. I think that's really cool that they were able to have her as a character. Oh, he called Rachel. I didn't see that coming, but that makes sense. A mortal who can see through the mist, like Ariadne. Okay, that's really cool. I don't know if I said this last time, but I love the integration of a mortal character into the story. That was one of the things that I really liked about the movie Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them in the Harry Potter universe, because they hadn't had any main Muggle characters in the original series, and I thought that was really great to show that you don't need magical powers to be a hero, kind of like Sokka in Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I really like how she's incorporated into the story and she's allowed to be a hero even though she's not a half-blood. Percy's brother? This is like a reality show. Percy, your secret long-lost brother is waiting in that room! And Antaeus? Who is that?
Who are you?
I don't know why, but I thought his long-lost brother was going to be some already established character like, Percy, your long-lost brother, it's Luke. I don't know why I thought that would make sense at all.
I am your brother. No!
Luke doesn't want to kill Annabelle. No, I'm not falling for it. I'm not. I am strong. You cannot sway me with the quaver in your voice. No. Ah! Finally, textual evidence that Quintus is indeed the spy. I admit I had my doubts when his dog saved Percy. But here it is, finally in writing. I cannot be fooled anymore. I checked his vibes from the start.
12 seconds later.
He's actually not the spy. Okay. That's embarrassing for me. I checked the vibes. I cannot be fooled any longer. Oh, shit. Wait. What? Okay. Quintus is Daedalus. What? Okay. Okay. I admit defeat, Rick. You will always get me with your plot twists. Oh my god. I did not... That wasn't even on my radar. I was like, is he a spy? Is he not a spy? Is he good? Is he working for Luke? Is he working... But like... Oh man, now I kind of want to go back and reread the whole story like with that knowledge. But I'm not going to. I'm going to finish first. Oh, Nico was trying to help them. I knew he was good. I knew he wasn't going to be an antagonist. Yeah, the gang's all here flying off into the night. We got Annabeth, we got Rachel, we got Nico, we got Percy. Shoot, we're missing Tyson and Grover. Okay, the gang is not in fact all here. Never mind. Also, I love the friendship that is starting to happen between Annabeth and Rachel. Like, yes, architecture and art besties. Be besties. We love that. Walk toward the scary sarcophagus, Percy. The body in the coffin was Luke's. Wait. What? Wait, does that mean Luke is dead? What is happening? Okay, Kronos is using Luke's body. So does that mean he's like, Luke is like, dead, or... Forget what I said. I was still really hoping that he was going to get a Zuko-style redemption arc. But maybe he's not like... Because he's died before and he's come back. So maybe he's not dead. Something flew past me and a blue plastic hairbrush hit Kronos in the eye. Ow, he yelled. For a moment, it was only Luke's voice, full of surprise. Okay, so many things happening here. First of all, we need to talk about actual Queen Rachel Elizabeth Dare fighting against one of the most scary villain of all time with a hairbrush. What an icon. I love these books so much. You do not get humor like that in your standard fantasy book, okay? You do not get giant battles happening and then a hairbrush is thrown across the room.
Harry Potter is dead!
And Kronos is like, ow. And more to the point, I was gonna say, the ow was in Luke's voice. So I don't think Luke is dead. Grover and Tyson, the gang is all back together now. Yeah. Pan. It is Pan. I did not expect that we were going to get to meet Pan at this. Okay, I guess it's already the 4th book, so it is kind of the ending. I guess I just don't want to, in my head, acknowledge that it's the ending. But I don't know. I thought we were gonna meet Pan maybe in the last book. Okay, this is such a powerful idea that they're talking about, that Pan is talking about, that the god of your world is dead and that you have to stop waiting for him to save you and create your own salvation. Rick's just dropping like the hardest theological ideas in the middle of a book where gods are defeated with plastic hairbrushes. And I love it. Over the years, the name Pan, has come to mean all. The spirit of the wild must pass to all of you now. You must tell each one you meet, if you would find Pan, take up Pan's spirit, remake the wild a little at a time, each in your own corner of the world. You cannot wait for anyone else, even a god, to do that for you. This is really powerful because I thought Pan was going to turn up and be the kind of like deus ex machina that helps defeat Kronos. And you know, I thought it was going to be a sort of Lord of the Rings-esque thing where he shows up like the Ents coming to take down Isengard as like the power of the trees. And I love the idea that instead of that, Grover finds Pan and Pan tells Grover that he is his own savior. That he must carry the spirit of Pan inside himself. And just this idea that the hero Grover has been looking for is himself. I think that's so powerful. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the ending of the His Dark Materials series. Spoilers, obviously, if you haven't seen or read that. But they kill God. And then the story ends with this idea that instead of waiting for heaven after you die, that the characters have to create the Republic of Heaven on Earth. They have to work to make Earth as good of a place as they can to create their own heaven rather than waiting for it to come to them. You must carry on my spirit. It can no longer be carried by a god. It must be taken up by all of you. Okay, Rachel's tragic backstory is so sad, but yay for Rachel joining this gang of kids who are breaking the cycle and wanting to do better than their parents. Love that. Love that. Oh, battle at Camp Half-Blood. Okay. I kind of thought that was going to happen in the last book. I guess I'm thinking of Harry Potter where they have sort of the Battle of Hogwarts at the last book. But interesting. Okay. Nico starting the skeleton war and Juniper fighting with a stick. I love it. Oh, Daedalus and Briar is showing up. I did not expect that. Oh my gosh, so many things are happening. Yeah, Grover saving the day. Oh, Daedalus redemption. Okay, I did not see that coming. I love that Grover has always been a little bit nervous, you know, and afraid. And the way he won this battle was by calling forth Pan's power of panic from inside him. It's kind of like this idea that his weaknesses aren't really his weaknesses, but his strengths. Because I kind of thought it was going to be one of those standard stories where Grover starts out a little bit timid and unsure, and then by the end he becomes this whole other person and he like overcomes that. And I kind of like this better, where it's a story about Grover trying to find Pan, and instead he finds himself. And he finds power from inside himself, not externally. And the power that he finds inside himself is just who he is as a person. Who he is his strength. It wasn't something he needed to get rid of. I think that's great. Percy giving Nico the statue Bianca got for him. Okay. I'm normal. Okay, Dionysus defending Grover against the Council of Goats. Healing Chris. I see you. You do care a little bit, don't you? But remember, boy, that a kind act can sometimes be as powerful as a sword. I love that quote. Can't believe it came from Dionysus, but I love that quote. Okay, sorry. I just finished. I was really into what I was reading, and I forgot to even, like, turn the camera on, because that was... I just have so many emotions about that last chapter, like, Paul being a great partner to Percy's mom, and also just being so nice to Percy, and then Poseidon showing up, and then Nico showing up in that last line. He sounded hungry, maybe a little wistful. I wondered if the poor kid had ever had a birthday party, or if he'd ever even been invited to one. I think that was my favorite book so far. I think I might have said that at the end of everyone, but I also really liked the last one a lot. But I think some of the themes in this book just hit harder. And I also like how this book felt like it was an overarching quest, which is just a personal preference. I know Greek mythology tends to be a lot of side quests, and that's how these books are written. I just personally prefer books that kind of have an overarching journey, and this book felt like it had that, so I liked that a lot. Like, there were all these side quests, but they all tied back to the Labyrinth. But I don't know, maybe if I had, again, I'm not necessarily the target audience. Maybe if I had read these books when I was a kid, I would have preferred the whole side quest thing. Maybe that would have made it more fun, and I may be able to, like, hold my attention more, having all these little different side quests. But yeah, I loved the character development. I loved how Rachel was the main character in this story. I loved the plot twist that I didn't see coming. I loved the ending with Pan. So there's just so much, I don't know, there's just so many different but great things that all happen in this book. And I can't believe I only have one more to go. That is crazy. That's so sad. I hate, you know, when you find a really good book and it's like, I have a reason to live again, and then it ends and you can never read it again for the first time. Although I'm so curious what's going to happen next, because I thought we were going to get a big battle at Camp Half-Blood in the last book, and that happened here. Not that it can't happen twice, but I don't know. We'll see. And then I thought Pan was going to be this big figure in the fight in the final book, and then now he's dead. And then I thought Luke was going to get a Zuko-type redemption arc, and I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I feel like there's too much loose ends to tie up for him to just be like, oh, hey, guys, I'm good. I'm joining your gang now. Let's go defeat Kronos. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with Luke. What I love about this story continually subverting my expectations of what I think is going to happen is that it doesn't subvert it in a way that feels like it's a plot twist for the sake of a plot twist, or that it was leading to something and then it didn't happen. It feels like it's subverting it in a way where you learn something, and that it has a purpose, and that it has something to say. Like the whole thing with Pan. The whole time Grover's like, I'm on a quest for Pan. I have to find Pan. Pan is going to help us. And you as a reader kind of expect that Pan is going to play a big part. And then Pan just dies. And instead of feeling like a letdown, we get that whole lesson about how you know, Grover going on this quest to try to find salvation in this God, and then that God telling him, you can be your own savior, you can be your own hero. And I just love that so much, and I think that's really, really good storytelling. All right, thank you so much for following along and for letting me be a part of the fandom. It's been so fun. I can't believe there's only one book left. We're not gonna think about that. This is where I do the part where I'm like, hey, you can like and subscribe if you feel like it. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok if you wanna join over there. And thanks so much for watching, and yeah, I never know how to end these. Okay, bye.